another Slumber PARTEA. If you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We'll be here every Saturdays for me to talk about things that's happened in my life, because there's a lot to talk about and my life is a mess. But obviously I'm holding it together. So today the pajamas ain't really like anything to show off, because I don't really wear pajamas, truth be told. Like, I don't know why I even suggested wearing pajamas, but I'm not even a pajamas type of girl. I be free balling. Okay, so now I have to go pajama shopping for this series. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into the story. Because of the legality of the story, we're gonna have to cut out some pieces, and I can only tell y'all what I told the police. Yeah, it's that type of story. It's that type of story. But this story is a series within the series. So we're starting the story off because this is when I moved into the apartment. Because when I moved into the apartment, it became a whole mess of its own, and then the apartment was a whole mess of its own. So like, we're gonna start. The apartment is gonna have a 3-part series within the series. So they got 3 little parts. So yeah, stay tuned, because you're gonna figure out after this story what happens in the next 2. And yeah, it's a whole lot of. So hang on for the ride. But let's get into it. Okay, so boom. Keep in mind, this is so I lived on the dorms my freshman and sophomore year. Junior year, I just didn't want to live in the dorms no more, because like they just had too much restrictions. And I did the breakdown. I'm really a numbers person, so like I did the breakdown. It was, truth be told, cheaper to live in an apartment by, if I'm not mistaken, it was by like, if it wasn't by $150, it was like by $2,000. It was cheaper by a nice little chunk to find my own place than to be in an apartment. Now, here's it, mind of my business. And as I'm looking for a roommate, like, this girl named Angela happens to hit me up. Now, keep in mind, Angela and me don't have the best track record, but we don't have a track record, if that makes sense. Like Angela used to live in my dorm. Freshman year, like we all lived in the same dorm. But for the most part, like Angela ain't really, it was just more so hearsay. Like Angela thought I stole her man type stuff. But it was never that. Cause like, girl, word around town, he not even your man. And then I don't even mean to laugh. I'm so sorry, but it's true. Like, we're like, he wasn't claiming her, but she was claiming him. And like, I don't know how I got in the mix, to be honest. So on top of them saying like, I don't need to be in the dorm because I'm a threat to their safety, you got Angela on the other side talk about I stole her man. I don't even want the man. Like, keep in mind, I had a man of my own. Like, he didn't know he was my man, but he was my man. Actually, I had a lot of boyfriends that didn't know they was my boyfriends, but I couldn't really date any of them because they was friends. I don't like that. I'm not the type to swim in the same swim pool, okay? So I just, at that point, once I figured out after my freshman year that they were friends, I like did it. I would just flirt with them, but I would just never like, I knew we would never be anything more, because like, I don't even play like that. So I digress. I'm going on. I'm rambling. That has nothing to do with today's story. Okay, let's get back to the story. Keep in mind, me and Angela don't have the best track record, but Angela and I semi kind of became cool, because every single time I was in, because there was a dining, we had 3 dining halls at North Dakota State. There was 3 dining halls. I was at Union. I would always go to Union because after my class, Union was the closest. I'm not walking to Res and I'm not walking to West. Not at all. Union was right next to where I had left my class. So like right after I leave class, I would go to Union, sit down, and Angela just would happen to be there. Now, keep in mind, I'm eating by myself. Like I said, lone wolf. I don't really need nobody like at all. So, but I was cool with my RA. Remember, I was cool with my RA. So if I'm not eating with my RA, I'm eating by myself. Like, other than that, it ain't none of that. Like, I learned very quickly them girls is weird. I don't want to be a part of it. And that's that. So Angela would see me in the dining center. Now, keep in mind, I would always have my headphones on. Like, just, if I'm not watching battle rap, I'm listening to something else. Like, I'm always doing something. Like, I'm not paying attention. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm not paying attention. So Angela comes up to me one day and she, like, we sit together. then this becomes like a regular thing where like, because I would always be in the dining center first, because my class, I guess, would be let out first. So I would end up seeing Angela at the dining center. So now Angela would be like, oh, she had the app, the mobile app. The mobile app would tell you like what type of food is where. So we would end up like taking the bus. We had a bus, a university bus that would just drive around campus. So we would take the bus to like different dining centers, this, that, and the other based on the food. So Angela and I became like cordial. I would say cordial. We wasn't close like that. It was just like she would ramble on about what's going on in her life, and I would just sit back and listen type stuff. That was just it. Yeah. So Angela comes up one day and she's just like, do you want to be roommates? Like move in together type stuff. Now keep in mind I'm already knowing about Angela's track record. Like I don't really care that she's passed around, because like I always say your coochie's your coochie, my coochie's mine. Don't worry about mine. I won't worry about yours. I ain't never worried about the next person's coochie, you know? But at the same time, like I said, I'm not worried about her negative track record of being passed around. It's more so like I've seen it where she like Miss Ma'am's an aggressive drunk. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. She's an aggressive drunk. She get drunk and she just want to be swinging and hitting on everybody. I don't even roll like that, because like I've seen it in action. She's never launched at me, but that's what I'm saying. Like, girl, if you happen to do that, we really gonna get down. So I try my best not to put myself in situations I know I'm not gonna thrive in. And being in that situation where you get drunk and swing on me, it's not gonna end up well. Now keep in mind, Angela had got into it freshman year with some girl and she got beat up, right? But Angela and me, we had the same circle in a way. Okay. So Angela asked me, she's like, do you want to be roommates? Now I'm a little iffy about it, because like I said, Angela an aggressive drunk and she passed around, and I don't, you know what they say, birds of a feather flock together, and I don't want to be flocking next to Angela before they think like she get down like that, because I don't get down like that. Like I may have been a flirt, okay, I did a lot of flirting in college, but like me being me, I'm already like, no, I'm not trying to get down with Angela. Like I just don't want to be perceived in the same, you know, exactly. I don't need to get into too much in. So at this point, from what I've known so far from interacting with the girl, like she seemed pretty chill, laid back. So I'm like, truth be told, like it's just hearsay. So this is what I'm thinking this, but at the same time, like me and my RA had a conversation, because I like told her like, bro, so Angela said she want to move in together. So it was just very much like like my RA's like, I don't know, cause like we both know the same thing, like so it's like I don't know, and it's like exactly that's why I don't want to move in with her either. But like from the times that we have been eating together during our break sessions, because like if you've never been to college yet, you get to build your own schedule. So like you get to decide like when you do what, you get to pick your own classes. So you get to like determine how long your break is. I mean, you don't really get to determine, because the class hours are the class hours, but whatever class you pick determines your schedule. So you do get to pick your schedule in a way for the people that ain't been to college. So me being me, I'm just like, okay, cool. From our interactions during our breaks, Angela seems like a cool type of girl. Like she just seemed cool, laid back, a little misunderstood. So at this point, I'm just like, maybe she just happened to be the villain, and she just don't be around the right people, you know? So I'm trying to give Angela the benefit of a doubt. So I agreed to move in with Angela. Now, when I agreed to move in with Angela, I asked Angela, I said, how come you don't want to move in with Asia? I asked her about Asia, and you like, who is Asia? Asia's Angela's friend, from what I'm understanding, right? And I'm already knowing Asia live in the apartment that Angela wants to move in with me. Why not move in with her? Because they have, so it's called the Bridges Student Apartment. If you Google it, you can Google it as the Bridges Student Apartment or the Bridges Apartment. But nonetheless, it's the only apartment that's across from the campus in North Dakota. So at this point, I'm just like, why don't you want to move in with her? Like the way they lease is set up, you all have your own lease. That's the only thing I will compliment about these people. I do enjoy the fact that you have your own lease, where in a sense, if this person doesn't pay, that doesn't affect you at all. Their lease is their lease. So you guys are on your roommates, but you have your own lease. So it starts off at a 2-bedroom, moves to 3, and I think the max they have is a 4-bedroom. So I'm like, you can do a 3 because Asia was already moved in with her friend. So I'm like, you could do a 3-bedroom with her. So what? And then she just said, she was like, well, she don't want to move in with Asia because her and Asia don't get along. Like they get along, but they don't get along. And it's true, they do have a really on and off relationship. And I never really like, I ain't never really looked. Cause she used to come in. Keep in mind, I told you, me and my RA are like this. So she would come in like talking about her and Asia, cause we freshmen. So like they would come in talking to the RA, and I would just be in her room because like we'd be kicking it. And then she would just come in like, oh, they had an altercation, like, you know, basically like just talking about all the. So it's like, okay, cool. So it's like I knew their relationship was very much on and off, just from like what she would say and what the girl would say. Like they had an on and off friendship. That's really all I knew about the two folks. Okay. So me being me, after I agreed to move in with the girl. Now keep in mind, I'm a little skeptical about it, but it is what it is. At this point, decisions already been made. I've already turned in my payment for the lease. I've already signed the lease. We set to move in August, right? Keep in mind, it was my end of my sophomore year, so we go into the summer. Go home to Minnesota, come back August. Keep in mind, when I moved in, before I moved in, I went shopping for the apartment. So I bought my bed sheets. Because you get your own room, so it's a 2-bedroom. So you have your own room, and your room is in your closet, and you don't share a bathroom. The bathroom is in your rooms. So everybody got their own bathroom, everybody got their own closet. That's why I thought at the time it was a good idea, because like, bruh, we got our own leases. I don't gotta share a bathroom with you. I don't gotta do with none of that stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool, bet. So when we move in August, I'm not thinking anything of it. I bought everything for the kitchen, like plates, pans, spoons, dividers. Like I bought it all. Bought my bedroom set, and the only thing that wasn't bought was for the living room. But I didn't buy nothing for the living room because I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to impose on her, because I knew we would be sharing that common area. So therefore, I'm just like, okay, cool. That's something we'll decide. Keep in mind, I'm telling my mom this. I'm like, that's something we'll decide when we get there. So my mom tells me, she's like, you already bought, like when I say everything, I bought pots, toasters. I mean, like the whole 9 yards. So my mom tells me, she's just like, no, when you get there, you don't pay for nothing when it pertains to the living room, because you already paid for everything else. And I'm like, okay, that's true. So keep in mind, from what I'm supposed to be understanding, like I'm not supposed to pay for any of the living room stuff. That's what I agreed to tell my mom, because like, girl, like you know how you ask for advice and somebody gives you good advice, so you use the advice. Well, my dumb ass, I said okay to the advice, but I didn't use the advice. Cause fast forward, we moving in August. She says she has stuff for the living room. I'm like, okay, cool, bet. Y'all, she had a centerpiece for the table. So at this point, she's talking about, we gotta go get stuff for the living room. Okay, cool, bet. So in North Dakota, they have Marshalls and Home Goods. It's one big store. They're Marshalls and Home Goods. They merged it together to make one big store. I don't know why. But we ended up going there to get the home stuff, because I go to Home Goods for my stuff, like for my like kitchen, living room, dining, like all that stuff. I'll go to Home Goods for any like decorator. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, anything that's as it pertains to decorating. So I go over there. And she don't got no license, y'all. I shouldn't even say license. Let me back up. Shorty Miss Ma'am don't got her permit. So I'm the DD, designated driver. Okay. So we get there. Keep in mind, I can't emphasize this enough. I'm not supposed to buy anything. So we get there, she buys, she wants, keep in mind, because I can't say she bought. She wants a plant and a mirror, okay, for the living room. So the centerpiece is already there. She wants a plant and a mirror. Okay, cool. Bet. We get to the cashier. She ring it up. Now, I don't know how all this went down. Y'all, she ring up the total. Miss Ma'am's card didn't go through. So now she's asking to go half. Now, like, I'm one of them girls, because when I worked at the bank, like I learned, because I used to do fraud when I worked at the bank. So I never kept my money in the account where my credit card's connected to. I don't do that. So if my card declines, it's because the amount in there is insufficient. but that doesn't mean we don't got funds. We just got to transfer the funds into that account. Because hypothetically, if somebody steals your card, there's what? Probably like $100 on that account. Okay, cool. Steal the card. You ain't gonna get far. You not running off with all my money. You see where I'm getting? So that's just the type of person I am, and I've learned from people's mistakes. When I used to do them fraud cases, I mean, them fraudsters used to swipe. I mean, I'm seeing big bucks flying out of people's accounts, and I'm damn. So that's just a tip and trick I learned from when I used to work with a bank. Exactly. Let's get back to the story. So keep in mind, her card decline. She looking at me. I'm looking at her. She's like, "Do you want to go half on it?" Now, I should have said no. Put the plant back. That's what I should have said. But I'm like, okay, cool, bet. And I want Miss Ma'am to say I'm lying, cause girl, bank statements go a few years back. So I'll pull up the bank. Look, okay. I want somebody to say I'm lying. So anyways, I come up and I swipe my card, y'all. But I'm not thinking anything of it because it's $45. Okay, cool. Like, girl, let's get the stupid plant. And the reason I even did it, because I'm like, it's the common area. When you have guests, I have guests, they gonna be sitting in the common area, the living room. Like, I don't want my stuff to look plain and dusted and dingy. So, like, of course, like, girl, if this is what we gotta do to do the job, this is what we gonna do type stuff, right? So after we went to Marshall/Home Goods, we go to Costco. Keep in mind, I have a Costco membership. I have the membership. So we go to Costco mainly for her because I already we went for both of us because I needed water. And I always get my water from Costco because you get a lot of water and it's cheap. So I got my stuff and she got some stuff too. Like she got water. I don't remember what she got. All I know is she got water for sure. I know she got water because we're going to get into how I remember she got water. Like rang up her stuff and her shit declined again. Y'all, when I tell you, keep in mind, look, that ain't none of my business. I'm not gonna look. Taking care of somebody is something I don't do. I don't do that. You not my man nor my kid. We not married. I'm not obligated to do nothing. That's just how I'm feeling. So when her shit declined, y'all, I didn't even let her look twice at me. I went to the concessions. I'm about to go get a hot dog pizza because girl, I'm just feeling like I'm about to get comfortable until you can figure out what you want to do. That's just how I'm feeling. Like you gonna have to figure out what you want to do because like girl, I'm not covering you. Not again. I don't really know you like that to keep on covering you. Like, we not friends like that. Okay? So they figured out what they need to figure out. All I know is I'm halfway done with my pizza. She finally gets like the green light on her transaction. We leave the store. We end up going to Walmart. Miss Ma'am tried to steal from Walmart, got caught. And yeah, all in all, that day was just bad. It was just bad all in all. And I mentioned that, and you like, what's the significance of her card declining? We gonna get into the significance, okay? Exactly. We gonna get into it because I don't just say stuff just to say stuff. It leads somewhere. So keep in mind, all this goes down. My RA is in town. Well, she's not my RA no more because like me and her became cool. So my RA is in town because keep in mind, when we moved in, it was the beginning of August. School is not yet started. So the kids aren't really there because it's not homecoming, welcome week, all that 9 yards. Students haven't arrived. So the only people that are really on campus are the people that live in apartments, the RAs, because they have to come early before the actual students come, and the athletes. So athletes mean the football players, all those seasonal athletes, they're there. Those are the people that are on campus right now, right? So all this goes over. My RA slides to the house. So she slides to the house. I'm already done like decorating my room, everything. Just to hey, come see the crib. Okay. So she slides through. RA's there. Miss Ma'am makes the statement. She was like, so basically, I should do the cooking because I could cook. When dudes ask me if I could cook, my answer is always no because it's not that type of party. I ain't playing housewife for nobody. So she says I should do the cooking and then she'll buy the groceries. At this point, it's not making sense to me because girl, your card declined so many times. Like, how we gonna eat for real? I'm not gonna wait on you to put food in my stomach. Okay. So then she comes up and she continues to talk too. And she's just like, what are your rules? Like, so we setting up rules and boundaries at this point. And I'm glad we're doing it while my RA is there because now we have somebody like, but you said this. So it's not like, oh, I'm crazy. I never said that. Okay. So she tells my RA, she's just like, well, she ain't tell my RA, she told both of us. She's like, what are your rules? I'm like, truth be told, just clean up after yourself. That's what I say. Because it's not that hard. Just clean up after yourself. Once you clean up after yourself, I ain't really tripping. Like, it is what it is. Girl, put everything back. If you want to use my stuff, just put it back, clean up after yourself. That's my rules. She gonna tell, I was like, okay, so cool. She's like, cool. So we agreed upon it. So then she comes up after, like, she's like, she don't really got no rules either. Blase, blase, blase. Yeah. It's just the whole cleanup thing. So I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever. We got that understanding. So she's like, is there anybody that you wouldn't? She asked the question. She comes and she's like, is there anybody that you don't want in the house? Me being me, I don't really know them people like that out there. I don't really associate with them people out there like that. So no, girl. The only time you will see me is kicking it with my RA, or I'm solo. If I'm not with her, I'm solo. So no, not really. She used to talk about, oh, okay. So I'm like, so is there anybody you don't need in the house? She ain't wait for me to look. I couldn't get that question out so quick. She's like, Asia. So keep in mind, when she said her name, y'all, they supposed to be friends. At least I think. I don't even know what them folks got going on. All I know is when she said her name, my RA looked at me. I looked at her. It was like a corner eye look, like, bitch. You know that look you give to your friends, like, oh, it's messy. Like, we just know some stuff going on. Because last we were on campus, y'all was cool. Y'all was going out together. Y'all was hanging out. So, like, what transpired? You know? So we look at each other. So I asked the question because, like, girl, what happened? So I'm like, weren't y'all? So I asked her, I was like, weren't y'all just cool before we left? She was like, yeah, but we got into a fight and I ended up beating her up. I mean, she went into details with the fight. It was over like a whole Uber situation thing. But long story short, she got into a fight with the girl. She beat her up. Now, this is news to me because, like, freshman year when you were at the, she was at a day party, you got beat up. So how you do the beating up this time? I'm like, well, shit. I mean, me being me, I don't, like I said, I don't really talk to the Asian girl like that. Me and her don't really got, like, we don't got that type of relationship where I'm about to hit her up like, oh, girl, so you got your ass handed to you on a silver platter. Like, we don't got that type of relationship. So I'm, okay, cool. Like, I'm going off her word. Oh, okay. Like, I guess. So cool. Everything happens. Blase, blase, blase. It's cute, cordial, making breakfast in the morning. I even make her some breakfast type stuff. Like, everything is very, like, how it's supposed to be. It's very roommatey. Okay, we making up words. It's very roommatey. Until one of my clients, I'm gonna call her my clients because, like, I used to do hair. Well, I do hair. I just don't tell people I do hair because, like, I don't like doing just anybody's hair. I just gotta like you. Not like you, just like I gotta be able to tolerate you to be even standing over your hair for too long to do your hair. Okay? It's more of a tolerating thing. Like so I never really obviously did a lot of braids because I always had my dick wrappers on. Yeah. So I never did too many braids, but I was heavy on the retwist. Like, your girl, yeah, got everybody right with the retwist. So one of my clients hit me up. We gonna call him T. T hit me up. Said, are you in town? Yes, I'm in town, Mr. Sir. So I'm like, yeah. And he's like, can you give me a retwist? I've been looking crazy. Okay, cool. So I tell her, I said, T need his hair done. He gonna slide through. Trying to be like a good roommate, like, heads up, this is who's coming to the house. You know, obviously. So like, girl, I'm not telling you for you to say yes or no because you don't really got a choice. He's coming over to get his hair done. I'm just giving you a heads up. That's it. I don't really like, I don't care really, like, you don't really got to say in it. I'm just letting you know he's coming over. Okay. So I tell her T's coming over to get his hair done. So T come over, he gets hair done. Before he gets hair done, T eats because, like, I guess he had just left practice. I don't really get into it. Like, my mama always taught me if you're gonna have guests, like, you gotta serve them something. So it's like, yeah. Anyway, so he ends up eating. He goes in the refrigerator. He takes the water. Remember the water that Miss Ma'am couldn't pay for. So Miss Ma'am, like, I guess she's trying to act like she don't know he's here. There's no way that you don't know he's here because, like, girl, I gave you a heads up that he was coming, and you know the day he was coming. Then to top it off, you heard him in the living room. Like it's T, me, and my RA. My RA was with me that day. Like we was with each other the whole time because school has yet to start. Because we still got like a few days before school ends up starting until everybody comes on campus. We sit here talking, chilling. Like T's talking to my RA. They just chatting up like on some normal conversation. Like just like everybody just chilling, vibing. T decides to open a refrigerator like he lived there. My RA tells him like that's not Barbie's water. Like that's for Angela. And he's like, so? That's literally what he said. He said, so? So he sits back down, drinks the water. He's about to finish up his plate for us to do his hair. Cause like at this point, we're just waiting on him. So like he can get his hair done and we can just get the process over with. So she comes out, y'all. She ended up coming out and like I said, Miss Mims passed around. So I don't know if he's one of her victims or like what they got going on. But it was when she walked out the room, it was a very awkward situation. Like it was very awkward. Like there was the biggest elephant in the room type stuff. So she walks out and she says hey to him. He just, a little nod, like, girl, okay, like she ain't even get a hello. Like you just got a little nod from him. That's sad. So sorry, let me continue the story. So y'all, she opened the refrigerator. She talk about somebody drank my water. What happened to my water? So I look at my RA and my RA look at me. And then T was like, I took it. She got quiet, didn't say nothing. And she had said who took my water, like Miss Ma'am definitely, like you could hear the attitude in her voice, like she was about to do something, like she was getting buff with it. Like, girl, it's water, ain't that serious. You could barely pay for the water anyways. Like, let's not do that. So after he said me, she got real quiet, ain't say nothing, just crickets. Exactly. So boom, we do T's hair, get him out of there. He go by his business, right? Now my RA, she spends the night because like she in the dorms by herself. There's no need to be like, girl, come kick it. We would literally like chill, vibe, have a good ass time, and then go to bed late. So we having a good time. My RA wake up before me. Well, she don't, but this day she just happened to, cause she sleeps in. I'm usually the early bird, but I end up sleeping in late that day. I don't remember what we did before, but I end up sleeping in. My RA is out before me, but she's in the living room watching TV. Like she didn't want to wake me up type stuff. So she left the room, went in the living room. She's watching TV. Now I wake up. When I wake up, I go outside. So I go outside and my RA is looking at me and I'm looking at her like she's looking at me like, she want to say something, but it's just like, bitch, what you want to say? And I ain't think nothing of it because I knew she was going to tell me later. Like, you know how your friend give you that look, but it's like, we'll talk about it later. Like, but you don't even got to tell them, like, we'll talk about it later. It was one of those. So I go make my breakfast, everything, this, that, and the other. We come back to my room for me to get ready, like, because now we going to find stuff to do. Because, we need stuff to do. Y'all, she gonna tell me, she was just like, Angela was saying somebody stole her paper towels. Now, keep in mind, like I told y'all from the beginning of the story, I got a Costco card. I bought my paper towels. My water, my paper towels, and my tissues are all under my bed because the bed is elevated to a nice little size where you can stuff things under. So my RA knows that because when she came to the house originally, I told her, I was like, if you need anything, it's under the bed. Like I showed her where everything is. So I'm like, what do you mean she said somebody stole it? Because keep in mind, it's only me and her living in the house. So if you saying somebody stole your paper towels, who else is this? Me. You're accusing me because my RA don't live there. So therefore, what you being weird about? If you feeling some type of way, girl, you should have said that to me. That's just how I'm feeling, right? So she gonna tell my RA, talk about some, oh, her paper towels are missing, this, that, and the other. So apparently my RA, she said she ain't really say nothing because, girl, who stole your paper towels? What do I need to steal paper towels for? Like, we can afford to buy paper towels over here, no disrespect, but with the utmost disrespect. Let's not do that. So I'm over here like, okay, cool. I can tolerate a lot of stuff, but accusations, no. At least if you're gonna accuse me of stealing some stuff, let it be worth stealing. Like, I stole your car. I stole the diamond ring. Like, let it be worth stealing. Not no paper towels. Girl, please. We don't need paper towels. What are you talking about? Come on now. So, I'm over here like, ain't no fucking way. So I'm looking at my art and I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm gonna let it slide. Because like, one thing about me, I'm always let it slide the first time because you didn't know no better. You don't know no better. So like, maybe that was a little mistake. Yeah, that was a little mistake. So we let it slide, this, that, and the other. Fast forward. So Miss Ma'am's been rolling up smoking in an apartment. I don't really care, like, it is what it is type stuff. Girl, you do you. When she would smoke in the apartment, she would always like stuff the door so it wouldn't get out. But I don't get down straight up with North Dakota stuff. Like North Dakota's broccoli, no man, Miss Ma'am. Like, no Miss Ma'am. No Miss Ma'am. Like, we don't get down with it at all. When I say they put the tea in trash. But everybody like, that's how I know them motherfuckers. I mean, excuse my language. That's how I know them people out there. They not really with it because like, ain't no way y'all really geeked about this stuff. It's regular. It's not even regular. It's not okay. Like, it's not that good out there. So for y'all to be getting really hyped up about some stuff that's trash is beyond me. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, how you gonna know good quality if you never had good quality? Exactly. Okay. So she rolling her stuff up. Now, this day she's rolling up. You can smell it. Like, it's not just coming. Like, at this point, school's already started. We're already in session. Everything's already rolling. Them people don't even play them type of games with them type of broccolis and all that. They don't play them type of stuff. And I don't play with them people. Okay? Because one thing I don't play about is my freedom. Okay? I'm doing my homework. Because my RA's with me. My RA's with me that day, right? So I'm doing my homework. I'm not thinking anything of it. And she's like, "Do you smell that?" I'm like, matter of fact, I do. But I thought I was tweaking. Like, not just tweaking. Like, I really just thought like, okay, maybe I was just tripping. So she smell it, I smell it. So I go knocking at her door. I'm like, "Hey, can you spray air freshener or something like that?" Right? Just to like, girl, can you stuff whatever you need to stuff? Like, do what you basically like, can you do what you need to do? Because at the end of the day, like, if it's coming in my room, I don't know who else's room is going in. Like, I don't know how the vent system is set up in this apartment. If you gonna do that, like, girl, open your window, do whatever you need to do. Like, you know, something. She catch the nastiest attitude. I know I wasn't tripping because I walked back to my room on some like, you know what? You got it. Cause like, I'm gonna keep it cute. Cool, I'm gonna collect it. I walked in the room like, I'm not saying nothing. My RA's like, so she just not gonna spray no air freshener, no nothing. I was like, truth be told, I don't know, I don't care. But I told her, I said, when them cops coming knocking the door, that's something she gotta take up with. Because truth be told, let's be honest, if I was here in this state just having fun, I wouldn't care. But girl, not for me to be getting a whole degree. Money's on the line. Not your money, but my money. Because I have to pay some out of pocket. You think I'm about to play about my money? I don't play about my money. I play about a lot of things. But when it comes to that cash, we get real serious. So it's like, girl, I'm not about to play none of that. I ain't gonna have nobody threatening my freedom while I'm trying to get this degree. Okay? So at this point, my RA is more so proud of me because like she knew that she had like a little nasty attitude with it. And she's just like, I'm just glad you just let it slide. And I was like, truth be told, she just want to play cute because she on the phone with that ugly ass boy. Cause I ain't gonna say man. She on the phone with an ugly ass little boy. So she want to play cute for him. But I hope she keep that same energy. Heavy on keep that. Cause one thing about me, I'm gonna ask you something respectfully. If you really off with it, keep that same energy. So at this point, I'm already knowing like, keep that same energy type shit. Keep that same energy, girl. We really don't even talk to begin with, but like now we really don't even talk. Cause like, girl, you try to be disrespectful because you was on the phone with some man, a piece of meat. Don't ever try me like that, especially in front of. Don't ever try me like that. I'm not one of them people you could punk. You know how like there's always that one friend who try to flex because they in front of somebody. That's what it gave. Don't ever try to do that. I'm not one of them. Okay, so time goes by. Miss Ma'am obviously got to pay for her own groceries. Even when I cook, I don't offer her nothing because, like, girl, it's not that type of party. Like, girl, you wanted to be cute for a piece of meat. You gonna starve for that piece of meat. I hope that piece of meat know how to make some up and thinking I'm gonna continue being nice to you. I'm not. No, I put up with a lot of things, but no. So at this point, I'm going about business as usual. I'm working full time. I'm going to school full time, and yeah, doing what needs to be done. Keep in mind the refrigerator is being divided. It's very much been divided. Off rip, it was always divided. Like, don't touch my stuff because I play about a lot of things, but I don't play about my food. So, girl, don't even touch it. But I'm noticing like my stuff's going missing, and then like every time I would go grocery shopping, like keep in mind I taught Miss Ma'am how to make like this bagel breakfast sandwich. That's the only thing she knows how to fucking make. That's the only thing Miss Ma'am was making when she had the produce to make it. Then like my RA, we would go shopping together, like, cause I would go to Costco and then we would end up splitting the stuff. So we would like split the cost and then split the items, cause it's wholesale and we don't really need all that stuff, but get a discount type stuff. Okay, exactly. So my RA is just like, why does she have the same stuff as you? Like, I pay attention, but I don't pay attention. Cause like I said, I'm working full time, going to school full time. I'm not really paying attention to what's in the refrigerator. So like my RA brings it to my attention, like, this girl got the same stuff in the refrigerator as you. And I didn't realize it until then, like, damn, this bitch really buying everything I'm buying type stuff. At this point, I'm like, damn, this bitch weird. So she just started acting real strange. After that little phone call situation and Miss Ma'am caught her little attitude, I don't know who gave her, like, I don't know what type of playing field she was on, but Miss Ma'am switched up. I seen a whole nother side of this little girl. So at this point, I'm keeping cute. I don't even get down like that. So it is what it is at this point. Like, the house is straight up divided. Like, girl, it's been divided. The house been divided. Like, you touch your stuff, I touch my stuff type stuff. But I still been letting her use my utensils and stuff, right? So it's Saturday. Like, Saturdays I clean. Even if I don't have laundry to wash, I clean. So I'm cleaning. It's Saturday. And I open the cupboard. Now, keep in mind, I remember when I told y'all about the toaster. Keep in mind, I had bought the toaster and it just made no sense because, like, I bought the toaster, have yet to use it, but yet still the toaster's dirty. Like, crumbs all in it, dirt all. I'm at this point, it's making no sense to me because, like, girl, that was my number one rule. If you gonna use my stuff, clean up after yourself. So like now at this point, you being disrespectful because you was clean up after yourself until that phone call. So like at this point, I'm thinking like you think you punked me or something. This is where my brain process is like, this little girl must think she punked me or something because I just let it slide. But it's never been that. So at this point, I'm like, okay, cool. So I tell her, I'm like, so you haven't cleaned up the toaster. Like, if you're gonna use it, clean up after yourself. That's what I told her. Like, when she came in the house, I told her, I was like, clean up after yourself. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Boom, 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 boom. So I cleaned the toaster, right? Y'all, it's like she was testing the waters because like now I'm coming back to the house, and when I come back to the house, there's dishes in the sink, and it's not her dishes, it's my dishes. She's keeping my dishes in the sink, and she's not keeping it just there for like not a few hours. The dishes are sleeping in the sink. I don't play about, like, girl, you can let your dishes sleep in the sink, but don't let my dishes sleep in the sink. That's just how I feel. Like I said, I already addressed the toaster stuff with you. When we laid the ground rules down, it was a simple, you use my stuff, clean up after yourself. Keyword, after yourself. So for you not to be cleaning up, like I addressed the toaster situation, now you leaving dirty dishes in the sink and you didn't do that before. So at this point, I'm really feeling like you testing the waters. So I tell her, right? At this point, I'm not going to tell you to clean up after yourself because you too grown for that, for me to be telling you to clean up after yourself. Okay, so I tell her, I'm like, since you can't clean up after yourself, you gonna have to get your own set of things. Like, don't touch my nothing. Don't touch my pots. Don't touch my pans. Don't touch none of that. Like, girl, if I bought it, don't touch it. Yeah, like at this point, you think the refrigerator is the only thing divided? Everything's divided, Miss Ma'am. Yeah, everything's divided. I tell you, I divided up the whole house. I told Miss Ma'am, I said, get your own stuff. Your own everything. Like, girl, if I bought it, don't touch it. The only thing I didn't have was a trash can because like she had a trash can. So it's like, you have a trash can. Why do I need a trash can? Y'all, I went to go buy my own trash can because at this point, like, girl, you stay to yourself, I stay to myself. That's how it should have been off rip. But I really just like let you slide. But now you really trying it. And I don't even play like that. Like, you letting my dishes sleep in the sink, not just on some overnight for some few hours. No, next day, like we rolling into days. I don't even play like that. I don't even talk to Miss Ma'am at this point. Like, girl, ain't nothing to talk about because you really at this point really being disrespectful. So keep in mind, she don't wash dishes. So I let my dishes dry. She puts it in the washer. I'm old fashioned, like hands on. I'm gonna wash my dishes with, that's me. She don't wash dishes. Miss Ma'am just throws the washer, clicks a button, and that's that. Why in the world I'm washing my dishes because I get off work, and as I'm washing my dishes, I realize I'm putting my dishes away. I wash, dry, and put away. I'm putting my dishes away. I realize one of my mugs are missing. When I bought my plate set, it's 4 plates, 4 big plates, 4 little plates, 4 pans, like little bowls, and then 4 mugs. I got 3 mugs. And deep down inside, I wanted to go beat on her door and be like, Miss Ma'am, where's my mug? But I told myself, I was like, I try to talk myself down from beating on her door. And I was like, you know what? Maybe you tripping. Maybe it was never 4 mugs. Maybe it was 3 mugs and 4 of everything else. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm tripping. So I went in my room, grabbed my phone. So I started like looking at Walmart.com. I started looking at all their dish sets. And I find mines. And in the description, it says 4 mugs. So now I'm tight. Walmart is telling me that I was right. Now, one thing I hate, but I love at the same time, is for me to double check some stuff and I'm not in the wrong. Because I really wanted to be wrong. Like, at this point, I'm really like trying to work with this girl. I really am. Old me would have snapped a long time ago. So I'm really trying to make this work. Like, okay, cool. Walmart is telling me they did give me 4 mugs. So where is my 4th mug? That's what I'm wondering. Because, girl, I told you stop touching my stuff. So why is my mug missing? Yeah, you really tried it. Because I let you slide a lot of times. And I told you to buy your own stuff. So now you over here using my stuff. And I don't like that. I don't like that one bit whatsoever. Y'all, so I go up. And this is why the mug is significant. Because, like, the weekend prior, me and my RA got lit, right? Because she comes to my house to get lit. Because obviously you can't get lit in the dorms. So she came to my place, got lit. I accidentally broke the girl's mug. But then I told her I broke it. Like, and when she was talking to me, I think she knew because I was slurring. I was slurring like a motherfucker. So she like knew I was lit. But I apologized. I said, if you need me to pay for it, I could pay for it. But it wasn't intentional. It was just like I was washing my dishes. And I had put her stuff on the side because I wasn't going to wash her stuff. Like, what do I look like washing your dishes for you? So I had put her mug on the counter. And y'all, as I'm putting my dishes away, it had like fell into the sink. Like it was borderline on the edge. Long story short, I had broke the girl's mug. So with my mug being missing, yeah, she getting her lick back. That's just how I feel. Like, how else would you feel? Girl, you accuse me of theft. You've been touching my stuff and not cleaning after yourself. And I told you I had broke your mug and now my mug's missing. Like, Walmart just told me they gave me 4 mugs. So, girl, I feel like you're trying to get your lick back. After I told you I would pay for the dirty, dusted mug. Like, girl, I told you I'd pay for it. And you said, no, it's cool. So at this point, I'm okay, cool, bed. I'm sitting on my bed, rocking myself back and forth. When I tell you, I'm like, just thinking like I'm trying to cool myself down. Because at this point, like, bruh, why are you like, at this point, I feel like this is my breaking point. Because you're not listening. So I'm over here like calming myself down. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to jump to conclusions because I'm not a jumping to conclusions. I'm the type to ask you dumb questions, even though like the answers are like, you don't really need an answer, but I want to hear it from your mouth. I want to hear it from your mouth. So when you say something else, I can say, but you said, so I'm going to ask the dumb question. So she come out of her room because I thought she was sleeping. I was going to bring it up the next morning because it was kind of late because I get off at 9. And she started work early. So I'm thinking she's sleeping or whatever, right? Y'all, Miss Ma'am came out. So when I heard her come out, I come out too. So I open my door. I'm like, where's my mug? She's like, what do you talk about? I was like, girl, one of my mugs missing. There's only me and you in this house. Where's my mug? She was just like, I don't know where your mug is. I was like, so you didn't do anything to my mug. She's like, why would I? She over here acting dumb with me. Why are you acting, girl? Don't act dumb with me. Because right now I just calmed myself down and I'm trying to have a real adult conversation with you. So the fact that you want to be, don't play with me right now. I'm not in the hee hee ha ha mood. So at this point, I'm okay. So you didn't do anything to my mug. She's no, I didn't do anything to your mug. Y'all, keep in mind, I'm standing at my door because I don't want to leave my door or do anything. Like, I'm over here. You didn't touch it? No. She looked at me dead in the eyes. No, why would I touch your mug? Y'all, I said, I cool bet. Because now you trying it. Keep in mind, like, everything in the house is divided by our plates. The plates are in separate cupboards. Like, our stuff is mixed as it pertains to plates. Due to the cupboard sizes, it's mixed. So I decided to take my plates out, move it all over to my side. Come to find out, I'm so heated in the moment, I didn't realize my plates were too big. Like my plates, my saucers, they're too big. My plates are too big, y'all. I learned that the hard way because I opened the cupboard. I'm stuffing my plates and my plates ain't trying to go. Keep in mind, I had just took out all her cups to put these plates in. It wasn't fitting. You know how pissed off I was? Like... I can't even, at this point, I can't even be pissed off because like, why would you just disrespect me like that? I'm trying to divide up the house and you sitting here. Are you for real? So at this point, I'm over here, cool, whatever. I put my plates back into that cupboard. I put everything back in the cupboard because like, at this point, I'm going to figure it out tomorrow. I was like, girl, matter of fact, I'm going to figure this out tomorrow. Just don't touch my stuff. Keep in mind, I had put all her cups and stuff down. She talked about, okay, but you can put my cups back. I was like, no. I'm not going to, because I wouldn't have taken them out if you didn't take my mug and do something with it. She's like, what would I do with your mug? I was like, I don't know. I should be asking you that question. Like, girl, keep my, at this point, we talking to each other. So she come up, girl, I ain't do nothing to your mug. Okay, cool. Well, I'm not putting your cups up. And she's like, yes, you are. Keep in mind, I'm walking back to my room. I turned around. I said, well, I guess you're going to have to beat my ass because I'm not putting them cups back. If you never stole my mug, placed it somewhere, or like did something to my mug, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. Because I've been trying to keep it cute with you. But since my mug is missing, girl, I don't feel no respect or nor common courtesy to put it back. You're really going to have to beat my ass. That's what I told her. She ain't say nothing. And didn't. So you know what I did? I walked back in my room. The next day I figured it out. Like, I figured out the whole situation, like the whole moving thing. But yeah, so keep in mind, Miss Ma'am, I don't think she thinks that she getting to me because like she would keep her laundry in the laundry room. Like she would keep her clothes in the washer for days at end. Not even washing, just keep it in there to occupy the washer. I'm the type of person, I don't really go out and I work from home. So I never really had that much laundry. I would do laundry every 2 weeks. If I really went out a lot that week, probably that once a week type stuff. But it was usually every 2 weeks. But Miss Ma'am thought she knew my laundry schedule. So she thought it was going to get to me and never really got to me. On some like real, she would be doing real catty stuff. And I really would let that slide. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm a better person. I'm a changed person. It is what it is. So what she fails to realize is she kind of slow. You have to leave the house to go to work. I work from home. So like, girl, you putting clothes in the washer to occupy it is not going to stop me from washing my clothes. So she literally, like, she would put her clothes in there. It wouldn't even be wet on some like drying stuff. Y'all, when she kept the clothes in for too long, look, I took it out. I did. I took it out, washed my clothes, and I put it right back. So she thought she was occupying the dryer to get to me. No, I work from home. Girl, you ain't never, but I was never disrespectful with her stuff. Like when I took her stuff out, I would put her wet stuff. If it was wet, I would put it in my basket. My basket would be like empty. I would put it in my laundry basket, would sit there, wash my clothes, do that. And I put it right back in the washer again. So like Miss Ma'am thought she was getting to me, but I was still washing my clothes. Like, I don't know if you slow, but my basket was always empty. So it's like, she thought she was slick with that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, girl, you intentionally trying to do stuff to get under my skin. And I'm going to just go around it. Cause like, I got bigger fish to fry. You a bubble guppy of the sea. To want to fry you first is outrageous. So I'm not even going to pay you no mind. So like, I would still wash my clothes, this, that, and the other. Keep in mind, that one of the days she had brought somebody over. Now, the reason I know she had brought somebody over, because I have to They teach you, like, obviously when you work from home, like if you live with somebody, you need to pay attention to your surroundings, simply because like I worked at a US bank call service for corporate government. So when they called, like I couldn't repeat card numbers back to them. I was really discreet. Like even if I said their card number, I'd take like the first four numbers, because that's really, is it either four, five, or six numbers? It's considered the bin number, where it's like that just tells you what type of bank the card belongs to. Type shit. It's like an ID for a credit card. Keep in mind, so like, because calls don't come in like back to back to back. So like it's the end of the day. I keep in mind I work till 9. So the call starts slowing down after a while. Okay. All I hear, I'm like, I got my headsets on, but my headset's one of them one piece headsets. So I got my headsets on. All I hear is, "Are those even your seasoning?" She was like, "No, but what's she gonna do about it?" And keep in mind, y'all, it's taking me everything. I'm like, you know what? Cool. Because at this point, she's trying me because she got friends over. This how I know she got friends over, because at this point, you're trying to cook for them. Girl, you can't even cook. So keep in mind that little gap. I wish a call would have came through, and I wish I didn't hear it. But I heard what I had heard. At this point, I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Because now you're trying to be funny. Because now you see, now you really trying to be funny. Okay. And I don't like people trying to be funny, because I get hysterical. It's all fun and games till I'm ready to play. So at this point, you touching my seasoning after I told you not to. And I knew I wasn't crazy. Like, that was more so confirmation to me, because when I tell you I would be running out of butter, and I don't even use butter like that. Like I would be running out of butter. Like I was running out of supplies, and it made no sense to me. And I knew that I was like, she using my stuff, but at the same time, I ain't really had no proof. So you just saying that just let me know I wasn't cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You really were using my stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool, Miss Ma'am. Wait till I'm thinking in my head, like when I get off work, we gonna have a nice little sit down. You gonna have to tell me why you're using my seasoning. Like I'm waiting for 9 o'clock to roll out so I can open the door on some, like, so what you touching my seasoning for? So keep in mind, I walk out off the clock, they was gone. So I don't really know who she had over. Okay? I don't know who Miss Ma'am had over. All I know is they was using my seasoning. And they was hee hee ha ha and thinking it was funny. So boom, she had guests over again one time, right? And I had just recently got off work, but I didn't even care that she had guests over. I was on the phone with my mom because my mom had called. So I'm putting my bed sheets, because I'm washing my bed sheets that day. She had guests over again. I come out because I'm about to put my clothes in the washer. The washer's outside in the living room. So I go put my clothes in the washer. Y'all, I see the person that's not supposed to be in the house. The number one rule that she had, the only rule that she had. The Asia girl. Asia's in the house, and Asia got her friend with her. But I thought they wasn't supposed to be in the house. So me being me, I don't even care for her, because like, girl, it is what it is. Like, keep in mind, I don't see her. So like, I haven't talked to her about the whole seasoning thing. Truth be told, I forgot about it. And I literally put the sheets in the washer. They washed up, put it in the dryer. They dried up, right? Okay, cool. Take it with me. Now I got my comforter in there. I put the older comforter in the washer, right? The comforter's washing. Now, I literally, before I could go to sleep, I put the comforter in the dryer. Now, keep in mind, my comforter is thick. I get my stuff from Home Goods. I get my comforter. They might be a little pricey, but the quality is good. So the quality does match the price. I'm not gonna lie to you on that. Y'all, so I put my comforter in there. My comforter always takes 2 dries. It doesn't dry properly the first time. Like, it dries, but it don't dry all the way. So I put it on dry, but I'm knowing like when I wake up in the morning, I gotta dry it again, right? I wake up because at this point, my weekend hours are different from my work, my day hours. Like, for some reason, US Bank switches up my hours as it pertains to the weekends. And I'm not really tripping, because like I get to leave early. That means I get to have a good time on the weekend. So like, I'm not really complaining. I couldn't put it on dry, but keep in mind it was in there. Right? Okay, boom. I'm over here clocking in, doing my job. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, I hear somebody beating on my door like they the cops. I'm on the phone with a customer. I don't get paid to talk to you. Like, I get paid to help whoever need help on this phone right now. So I'm on the phone with a customer, and I'm over here trying to act like I don't hear the beating on the door. Okay, when I say she doom, like beating, like she's the police or something. So I'm over here like not paying any mind to it. I'm Boy, okay, I'm praying that my customers don't hear it. I'm not really caring about what's going on. As long as they don't hear what's going on, I don't even care. Miss Ma'am, keep talking. Why are you calling? How may I assist you? Type stuff, right? So I'm already knowing, like, when my break comes, because you're gonna have to wait when I'm done with this customer. When I'm done with this customer, we can address what you gotta address. Other than that, like, it's never that serious, girl. You shouldn't even be talking to me for real. We don't got nothing to talk about. The way U.S. Bank is set up, like, you don't get to choose when you want to answer your calls. They come in automatically. So right after I got off the phone with that customer, another call had came in. So I'm say the spiel, because you got a little prompt that you gotta say. I said a little prompt to help them out. A call come. So I'm getting 3 calls back to back to back. So before I can even finish with this call, because you get to choose. So like before I can even finish with this call, because it's the weekend, it's usually not this busy. So before I can get finished with the call, I put myself on break. So after this call is done, I'm automatically on break. I don't have to like get another call right after. So I'm done with the customer. Boom. After I'm done with them, I'm already on break. So I open my door. Now, keep in mind, before I open my door to see what this little girl wanted, something in my brain was like, she took your stuff out the dryer. And I'm like, would never. Miss Ma'am would never. Because why would you do some dumb stuff like that? Because you sat here occupied the washer and dryer for days at end. And you mad because I put my girl, it hasn't even been 24 hours since them sheets been in there. So for you to even do some stuff like that is absurd to me. Keep in mind, like I told y'all, it takes 2 dries to get my comforters dry. Due to the legality of the story, I'm gonna tell y'all what I told Tops. I'm not gonna stray away from it because what had happened after this had to happen because I was defending myself. And in order for me to defend myself, I can't start the altercation. I have to be defending myself. Okay. So we're gonna tread really lightly with this part of the story. Okay. So y'all, so I come outside and I see my sheets on top, like my sheets that aren't fully dry, that are white on top of this dusted, unclean. Like keep in mind the dryer is just like, it's not stupid dirt. It's dirty. My sheets are white. Don't play with me like that. Like I don't even know. No, my sheets are white. No, it's from bed to washer, dryer, straight to bed or in the bag. I don't put it anywhere else. Like that's been the order. So for you to sit here and put it on top of this washer and it's dirty, don't even play with me like that. But like I instantly have flashbacks from her talking hella crap to telling her, like she literally told her friends like she was gonna beat me up, to her like not cleaning my dishes, to my mug being missing, to her accusing me of stealing some crusted ass dusty paper towels that she couldn't afford to begin with. Y'all, everything is flashing back. So I'm at my sheets and I'm looking at her. Cause keep in mind, everything's flashing back. I'm seeing all this stuff that she's been doing. And I let her slide. So everything's flashing back at me. And I'm looking at her and I'm looking at my sheets. Like I looked at my sheets, I looked at her, I looked at my sheets and I looked at her. She's like, I needed to dry my clothes. I said, and mine weren't done. So I opened the dryer and I threw out the clothes and I'm throwing it on the floor and I threw my stuff back in because like, girl, my stuff wasn't done. Stop playing with me. You play with me enough. We dead it right here. Like it's a wrap. So she come up and remember what, like I said, in order for me to have defended myself, I can't start the altercation. So therefore, I'm telling y'all what I told the cop. I did not start the altercation. Miss Ma'am hit me first. I'm not here to make you believe anything. Okay. Oh, okay. What I'm telling you is what I told him. She swung on me first. She got upset because I threw her stuff on the floor. I'm not here to make you believe it. I'm just telling you what I told the cop. And I'm not straying from the story. Okay? Oh, okay. So her stuff is sitting on the floor. Miss Ma'am, so we get to rumbling. And at this point, like, really trying the right one. You trying the right one because you be bumping NBA young boy because you want to be hood. Girl, you suburban as suburban can be. I don't know why you. And then to top it off, your friend, like she friends with somebody I went to school with. She should have told you, like, leave that one alone. Play with a lot of people, but leave that one alone. She might just not be talking, but the screws are loose. Don't go over there. I don't know what type of friends you got, but they set you up for failure. So she come up, we really rumbling, like Miss Ma'am pulling on my hair, because all she's doing is pulling on hair. All she know how to do is pull on hair. She ain't getting no licking, no nothing. When I tell you she ain't getting no licking, I'm gonna insert a picture, because I definitely took a picture after the altercation. On some no scratches, no nothing. Yeah. Nobody knew what was going on because I didn't explain. But when I posted the picture of the aftermath, it was no scratches, no nothing. No nothing. Like Miss Ma'am, on the other hand, she had to do makeup for a few weeks to go to work. Yeah. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. Okay, exactly. So I'm gonna tell y'all what I told the cop. Now stick with me here because we're not straying away from the story. So keep in mind she hit me first. So since she hit me first, I had to immediately defend myself. So now she's pulling my hair. So, girl, at this point, it's not that type of party. I'm not the pulling hair type of girl. But if you pull my hair and think yours isn't gonna get pulled and ripped out, you're out of your mind. So at this point, we got both of our hairs wrapped up. And when I say I'm wrapped up, like you think these nails or something, girl, these nails ain't nothing. I'm telling you right now, nails ain't gonna stop me. They not gonna stop me. So at this point, like my hair is wrapped up in her hand. No, she has my bonnet at first. I had a bonnet on. Keep in mind, I have my hair wrapped up in a bonnet, right? So I can't see. And that is true. That is exactly what I told the cops because I couldn't see. Like there was a point in time because she was trying to pull out my hair, but my bonnet was on. And it wasn't intentional. I just genuinely keep my bonnet on. Like, if I'm not going nowhere, my bonnet stays on. Like I don't need to impress nobody. I'm not trying to do too much. My bonnet was on. Okay. Like my bonnet, but she's grabbing on to that. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Stick with me for the rest of the people that get it. So she's grabbing on to that. At some point during the altercation, my bonnet does, because I told him, I said it has silk in it. When I told this man that, he was confused because I was like, my bonnet slipped over my face. So if anything happened between that time, I can't say, and I don't remember. And he was confused. He was looking at me, squinting, like, what? So I had to show him because, like, keep in mind my bonnet had came off. So my bonnet at the time was on my bed. So I turned my bonnet inside out and I showed him, like, a little silk inside. Ain't nothing for that silk to just slide everything off and just like, so it slid over my face type stuff. So if her face happened to hit the floor multiple times, if she got hit and scratched up, if she has bruises, it's all from my bonnet being over my face. I couldn't see, but I knew I was swinging. I don't know what I told him, I was like, I don't know what I was swinging at, but I was swinging. Like I told y'all multiple times, I'm not here to convince y'all what happened. I'm just telling y'all what I told the cop. Okay. So now, keep in mind, I'm explaining all this to him, and then I tell him, like, Miss Ma'am, and then after like my bonnet like came over my face, like now I could see. Like now I can see. I can see clearly now. Oh, the rainia type stuff is gone. Gonna be right. Sorry. Anyways, so I can finally see clearly now. So like my bonnet slips off because like, yes, it was in front of my face, but it just whoosh fell on the ground. Okay. My bonnet's on the ground. Miss Ma'am still got me in my hair. And she gonna tell me, because I ain't let up her hair. You got my hair, I got your hair. It's just that type of party. It's just that type of party. So at this point, y'all, I told him, I was like, maybe I got some licks in between that. I can't quite say. I don't remember because the bonnet was over my head. But when the bonnet came from over my head, like at this point, like the bonnet came off. When it did come off, like we were next to the washer and dryer, and she told me on the count of 3, you let my hair go, I let your hair go. Now, keep in mind a little voice in my head, the little voice, because I heard a lot of y'all don't hear voices. And I hear voices on some crazy stuff, but y'all don't have a subconscious. I think that's kind of strange. Anyway, so my subconscious tells me, like, she lying. She not going to let your hair go. She going to count to 3, and she going to try to get a lick in. So she counted to 3. She didn't let my hair go. She told the cop that I hit her. Like, I underhand, like, whoosh, her. I don't remember that happening. I don't remember that happening. May that have happened? Who knows? But like I'm telling y'all what I told him. Like I don't. All I know is she counted to three. She told me she wasn't gonna she was gonna let my hair go. If I let her hair go, she counted to three. She didn't let my hair go, and I called her a lying ass bitch. If I don't remember if I swung or not because it was in the heat of the moment. I don't remember swinging. Like girl, like anyways, amnesia's crazy. So yeah. So at this point in time, she was like, okay, no, I'm serious. This time I'm serious. I'm serious. On the count of three, you let my hair go, I let your hair go. So she counted to three, but keep in mind, like you already lied the first time, so I ain't letting your shit up. She counted to three. She actually let my hair go, so I let her hair go. She gets to yelling and crying. You're 21. You need to act your age, girl. And you about to be 21. What's your point? When you was doing all that childish, catty stuff, and I let you slide multiple times, I wasn't acting grown. Me letting it go wasn't acting grown. I was like, girl, shut up. You doing all this yelling. I said, reduce your voice because you love saying what you about to do with this, that, and the other. You want to be Cardi B so bad. That's why she did. She had a knot on her head. Like, what caused the knot? That's what I'm saying. She may have collided with the floor because we were rolling on the floor for a little while during the altercation. And my bonnet was over my head during that time. If her head hit anything, I wouldn't have saw because my bonnet was over my eyes. So what caused the knot? Beats me. Beats me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm just like, at this point, sir, truth be told, I snapped. That's what I told him. I said, I snapped. I said, Miss Ma'am, keep in mind we moved in August. This happened December. I said, Miss Ma'am has been harassing me. Matter of fact, not even harassing. She's been bullying me since August, since we moved in together. It started off with little tiny stuff like, oh, you stole this, like doing the blame game. Then my mug started going missing. Then she wasn't cleaning my dishes. I said, no, I snapped. Like, no, no, I just couldn't anymore. I couldn't. And then, she tried to, she was picking up her stuff from the ground and she was about to throw it back in there. And I told her, I said, if you touch my sheets, we're going for round two. I told her, I said, I just couldn't. Yeah. So she started picking up her, after this altercation went down, she started crying, talking about, I'm not acting my age. Girl, you wasn't acting your age the whole entire time. Let's not talk about age right now. Let's not try to play the victim. Like, come on now, let's be so serious. And I told her, I said, since you like rapping all them Cardi B songs, now you gotta knock just like her. Now y'all twins for real, for real. You don't gotta be singing about being her twin. Now you her twin for real, for real. So, like, keep in mind, this is the last thing I told her. And I'm walking in my room. I said, hey, look, as I'm walking in my room, because all this goes down, keep in mind, I'm still on break. I'm on break because it was a simple, like, me get my sheets type stuff. Like, it was just me putting myself on break to see what you wanted, not for this to happen. Okay, so I'm on break for a hot little minute. Y'all, I'm still on the clock. But this is cutting into my break time, so I know, like, I can't get a break after this break. Like, this is my break. Okay, this is my break for the day because you get 2:15 till lunch. So this is my break for the day because I had put myself on break in order to see what she wanted. And as I'm walking back into my room, I told her, I said, if you take my stuff out the dryer, we're going for round two. I'm tired of you. And I was tired of her. I let her slap too many times. So, girl, just know if you take my stuff out of this dryer, then we really rumbling again. I'm here for round two. If you with it, I'm with it too. That's the type of energy it was. So then next thing you know, I go back to clock into work. I'm talking to the customers, right? I hear boom, boom, boom. I'm already knowing, like, something tells me, remember that little voice that told me that she moved your stuff from the dryer? That same little voice popped in my head, was like, that's the police. Y'all, I kid you not. So I open the door and I'm seeing Mr. Sir standing in front of me. So at this point in time, like, he's entering my room. So, like, I have to close down everything that's pertaining to work. I gotta like close it down because yes, you're a police officer, but at the same time, I'm still like contracted to be with Spank, so I can't just sit here and like let you see all these people information. Like I can't, no. So I put myself on break again, and then I like shut everything down for him to come in the room. So he's coming in like he closes the door a little bit, but not too much. Where it's like I can see her. I'm looking at her, talk to the officer. She's crying. She talked to the female officer. She's crying, doing the whole face scratched up, with the not right there. I'm telling you, not right there. Um, I don't mean to laugh. It's not a laughing matter. Anyway, so she scratched up, not right here. She crying to the female officer. The male officer walks in. He closes it just a little bit so we could talk. He's like, "Can I just talk to you?" And I was like, "Yeah." So he's like, "What happened?" So I just told him what I just told y'all. Now, all this goes down. And I told him, I said, truth be told, I had to defend myself. It was a matter of self-defense. And he was just like, because keep in mind, I like in between my breaks, I do homework. So I have put out like my homework. One of my books was on my bed. And then he had asked me, he's like, "So what's your major?" So I'm like, at this point in time, I'm not a psychology minor yet. My major is political science or the minor criminal justice. So I tell him, like, I tell him the whole 9 yards, tell him all the information he asked for, tell him the whole little story time about what it happened. And at this point, I'm knowing it's looking bad for me because, like, I'm not scratched up. I'll insert a picture of me. I'm not scratched up, but Miss Ma'am is. It's looking bad for me right now. Like, yes, I defended myself, but you defended yourself to the extreme. So then he stands up. He's like, "Stand up." So then he's like trying to do like a height check of all this stuff and all that, you know. So then Miss Ma'am, she comes in my room and she just like, you can tell she immediately think I'm guilty. She's not even trying to hear my part of the story. She's just like, "Yep, so do you think we need to take her in?" Like, I'm like, take her in. So like I had just explained my story to Buddy Old Pal, so he understands like I've been suffering since I've been here. So he's just like, "No, but can I see something?" So I'm like, "Sure." So he's looking at me, like analyzing me all over. And as he's analyzing me, the female, she sees a little scratch right here, like the tiniest scratch right here. So then they take a picture of it, right? So like it was true. She was pulling my hair and my body came off because that's how I explained the whole little scratch. Like it's self-explanatory at this point. So at this point, like, girl, you can't lock me up. I was defending myself. What are you talking about? It's her word against mine. I was defending myself. Like, call up her friends. She was telling everybody she was gonna beat my ass. Like she meant to do this. This was all intentional. Like it's crazy. How you gonna devise a plan, Miss Ma'am, and then let your victim know that this was your plan? Exactly. So, um, yeah. So they take pictures. They don't take me in. They was just like, "Okay, cool. That's a wrap." If anything, because I tell them, I'm like, if she's saying, because they talk about, "Oh, it's a DV charge, domestic violence," even though it's roommates, it's a DV charge. So I'm just like, okay, cool. So I'm already knowing the whole rundown of how this is gonna work out. So he's just like, "Well, honestly, we just gotta talk because they not taking me in." So it's a DV charge, but they're not taking it in because it's like your word against my word type stuff. So he's like, "We're gonna talk to the yeah, explain what happened. They're gonna show the little scratch and blah 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 blah. They're gonna explain what we explained, and then they get to decide if they even gonna bother taking on the case. Then we gonna go from there, right? Okay, cool. Bet. So all this is going on, man. Y'all, soon as they leave, keep in mind all of this went on. It's time for me to clock out. Okay, so I clock out, done for the day. There is no rest for the wicked. So at this point, I'm pissed off because, girl, you called the cops on me. I don't even rock like that because I don't rock with nobody. There's people I don't talk to this day because they threaten to call the cops on me. I don't care how grown I get. You will never be able to talk to me. Playing with my freedom? I think not. No. I'm in the living room at this point. Like, my door's open. She in her room crying. What are you crying for? What are you, like, be so for real? What are you crying for? So I'm letting my already know, like, this girl's feds. Like, she the feds. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like, she the feds. And she's just like, basically on some like, well, I guess if we go into trial, I'm letting her know, like, we gotta go tell them about the weird stuff Miss Ma'am been doing. We gonna let them know this is very premeditated. This is well calculated. She's been wanting to do this. Okay? Been wanting to do this. It wasn't too long after the altercation. She ended up moving out. Moved out. She took my stuff with her. The living room stuff. The plants. Oops, excuse me. I didn't mean to flick y'all off like that. She took the plant in the mirror. Like, girl, you still owe me my half, the 45. Come on now. You still owe me my half for that. Don't play with me. But at the end of the day, like, I seen her around. And when I saw her around, the last time I seen her around, because I thought she had like left the state type stuff. I don't know what happened since then. I just came back because I went home to like visit family. Come back, my house is empty. But I wasn't even really caring at this point. Like, I got a pending case. The DA still got to decide what to do. I'm not about to play around with you. Like, at this point, I don't even care about the stupid mirror nor tree no more. Like, after all this went down, Miss Ma'am cleared out the apartment with them 3 things in her room. Y'all know what I did? I went shopping. I went and spent the bag and set up my living room really nicely. Yeah. Her later on when I was taking my groceries upstairs, and she had, I don't know where she was coming from. She saw me, ran up the stairs so quickly. Miss Ma'am ran. When I tell y'all, she saw me and ran. Because, Miss Ma'am, you know you owe me money. But I'm not even tripping. So each and every time I see her, I be trying to keep it cute. Because, like, girl, you owe me money, but at the end of the day, like, heavy on that pending case. So then I get a letter saying, like, they don't have enough evidence for the charges. And, yeah. So to finish off the story, apparently, Angela was moving. She had lived with Asia. Now they was roommates. It was her, Angela, and Asia's friend. So it's like, Asia, girl, you over here protecting ops. I don't rock with you. Girl, no, it's not that type of party. You got the ops staying with you. What do I need to rock with you for? Like, girl, whatever decent blood we have, we don't have it no more. It's a wrap. Like, so then I see her. She apparently, I'm knowing she's drunk because she gets to talking to me. She approaches me, and I'm looking at her side-eyed, like, girl. Like, girl. So I tell her, like, I was like, she be told, like, I don't really rock with you. And she tell me, like, oh, no, they not cool. And then she told me that the girl told me she beat my ass. How did you beat my ass? If you, like, and I asked her, I said, okay, so I said, that's crazy that she beat my ass because she told me she beat your ass. And she was like, she beat my ass. I'm like, yeah, she told me she beat your ass. So if she beat my ass, she beat your ass. I guess she beating everybody up. But one thing I don't understand, make this make sense to me, how she beat me up, but she called the cops. I said I have never seen anybody win a fight and call the cops. How she beat me up and call the cops? Does that make sense to you? Like, she beat me up, won, but called the cops. Like, come on now. And she was like, I knew it didn't make sense. And that's like, yeah, that's the story all on the song, but we're not gonna get into that story. So yeah, fast forward, we ended up finding out like I lost the fight, and I'm just like, girl, you was crying and being a victim to the cops, but now you, girl, pick a side. What side do you want to be on? Do you want to be the, like, what do you want to do? Are you the victim or not? Are you the victim or not? One second you the victim, the next second you not. Are you the victim or not? At this point, I'm not even caring because the case is over. When I tell y'all, like, I don't even get me letting. That's why I don't even argue with nobody. Like, before I go back and forth with anybody, I need you to sign a consent form because I don't be messing with y'all cop collars like that. It's not the type of party. I'm not gonna keep playing with y'all. Like, y'all like start throwing rocks and hiding y'all hands. I don't like that type of stuff. So I don't even try to get into it with nobody. Like, I just be. I'm telling y'all, I kept it cute. Monthly we talk to because I'm in all white town, little suburbia. I'm not, no. Y'all not gonna keep playing with me like that. So I know tonight's story was a little long, but we love a good long story time. Okay, exactly. So that's our little story time. A moral of the story. It's not even worth it because people are strange these days. It's not. This generation is not the same as the last, where you could throw hands and everybody walks. You know, you catch your ill, I catch my W. Like, it's not that type of party no more. People be sour pussies. They either want to shoot you up or they want to call the cops. Don't even risk it. Let them argue. Unless look, I don't even argue with nobody no more. Like, I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with you. If I go back and forth with you, it's on some hee hee ha ha type stuff. But after it starts escalating, no, now I need you to start to sign this consent form. I need consent. You're gonna have to sign this consent form for us to go any further. That's today's story. So stay tuned for next week's story about how these people did not do the background check they were supposed to do when they stuck me with a random. Yeah, because that could have been a case of its own. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna see y'all around. Thank you for coming to our Slumber PARTEA, and see y'all next week.